leadership right now, and it starts from up top. Anything new you've noticed from the talkies?
Well, I think we can talk all we want about tactics and change of shape and formation, but for me, Victor needs to be, as a player now, that he's on the cusp of possibly being that first choice. And he's, for so long, he's been the third or fourth choice, but he's come in, he's been very strong, and that physicality will help this team, especially against a Spanish side who love to have the ball in possession.
Two teams that very much seem to be on the rise in their respective leagues. Teams out on the field, and we are getting closer and closer to kick. A fun one in our opener went to penalties. What does our fifth place match have in store for us? Valencia and Everton. Kick it in moments.
The Guinness International Champions Cup is brought to you by Guinness Black Lager. More than a game, more than a beer. Please enjoy responsibly.
How can Guinness Black Lager be black and taste refreshing? Think about it. Iced coffee is black and has a delicious roasted flavor and refreshing taste. Iced Coca-Cola is black, also delicious and refreshing. So, why not beer? Choose Guinness Black Lager, carefully crafted with roasted dark barley. It's easy to drink and full of flavor. I think you'll agree. There's just something about black. Guinness Black Lager.
The best players the world will ever see haven't been seen yet. They're preparing from the inside. They know talent can only get them so far, and skill can be put to shame. They're learning that being the best isn't just a gift from above. It starts from within.
Dudes, get in here. Just got DirecTV, NFL Sunday Ticket.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I switched from cable. Now I get every single game every Sunday.
Oh, every game?
Yeah, it's going to be perfect Sundays from here on in, boys. You guys have enough room? There we go. That's better.
Become the world's most powerful fan. Get NFL Sunday Ticket at no extra charge. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Hey, Bill, what are you doing?
Getting an anonymous free quote for car insurance from the General. No names, no sales pressure, completely private.
Can I get an anonymous quote, too?
Sure, grab a bag.
At the General, you can insure with a low down payment, low monthly payments, and you choose your due date. You can also get instant proof of insurance. Get an anonymous free quote now.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
It takes intense preparation, finesse, and precision to be crowned as the king in a unanimous decision. It bobs and it weaves around every corner. With its hit list of features, this car is a performer. So roll on to victory with the path of least resistance. The new 2014 Scion TC is made to go the distance.
Welcome back for the first ever meeting between Valencia and Everton earlier tonight. Inter Milan claimed the 7th place honors, taking care of Juventus and penalties. Tomorrow, another doubleheader here on Fox Soccer. The 3rd place game, the Galaxy taking on AC Milan, and then Real Madrid versus Chelsea. But first, it's our 5th place matchup. Valencia and Everton for the call. We send it to the booth. Eric Winalda and Mark Rogandino.
Thank you so much, Rob Stone. Just about set to kick this one as the teams make their way out onto the pitch here at Sun Life Stadium. Continue our coverage here this evening in Miami of the championship round of the Guinness International Champions Cup. As Rob just mentioned, 5th place match. We're about to get it on here, Eric.
Let me tell you this. It is a long way from where they are to where we are. All the way from that little perch that they have, but Glad to be here, buddy. You ready to go?
Absolutely. A couple of Aztecs up here as Alan Chapman is our referee to lead this one. George Gansner, Jeff Mushik, and Ted Uncle, the fourth official on the night here. The whistle from Alan Chapman to get us underway, and the Toffees in the yellow tops with blue shorts and yellow socks attacking from left to right across your screen. Los Murciélagos, the bats from Valencia, Spain, in orange from head to toe with the black numbers on their back. They defend the goal to Eric and my right.
The jury is still out with these uniforms. A lot of criticism from the Toffees faithful. Not liking it.
Hey, if there's ever a time that you're going to test it out, it is in a competition like this.
Absolutely.
Both these European teams still tuning up for their domestic campaign, which is just about a couple of weeks away for both of these sides. Everton arriving here in the fifth place match after the 2-1 loss against Real Madrid at Dodger Stadium on Saturday. And Valencia arriving here after thumping Inter Milan 4-0 at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. Sylvain Distin, who appeared to have had a goal to level things at 1-1 on Saturday against Real Madrid, only to see it called back, helping out with the clearance there for the Toffees.
And their own admission, they just came out a little bit too slow in that game.
Ali Sissoko trying to serve one in. And deflected out for a throw here for Everton. You're both of these teams, and you look at the lineup, Eric, and I would think it's pretty obvious that both coaches trying out some new players here, much different than some of the lineups we've seen for both these teams in their previous two matches in the Guinness International Champions Cup.
Both of these sides, riddled with youth. I think it's a little bit of an experiment. It's Naismith there. I mean, that's a guy who's just trying to get himself into the lineup. Had a great assist the other night. But they're tinkering with the lineup for sure. Gibson, a couple of looks over to the sidelines to his manager, Martinez. Don't know if he's going to fit in this new system of play after it's all said and done. But Leighton Baines, critical, but definitely wary of the ideas that are being processed by all the players through this opportunity for them to get to know their new manager.
Turnover in the middle part of the park for Everton. And Jeremy Matu will get things going from the back. Romeu for Valencia. Obvious opportunity for the young Spaniard really to not just begin what could be a bounce-back campaign after the injury to his knee back in December with Chelsea, but an opportunity to show Miroslav Djukic what he can do for Valencia going forward.
Yeah, looking forward to watching him come into the side.
As you would imagine,
I think that 20% chance went up a little bit.
Well,
from what I've been told, and I'm no meteorologist, as you know, but there's a good chance we might get a little rain tonight.
The clouds that have hovered over Sun Life Stadium in the last hour or two have looked pretty threatening. Sissoko trying to look threatening here for Valencia, as that one goes all the way through the area and out for a goal kick for Joel Robles. Speaking of getting a chance to make an impression, Robles, certainly Wigan Athletic fans know what he can do in between the pipes.
Ian Wright said it's the best save he's ever seen in an FA Cup final. So, and he has impressed his manager from years back. You see that cross coming through. Pretty good spot for it. The runs just weren't there. Fellaini definitely one of the more colorful players in the EPL. Love watching him play.
It looks like he's going to be slotted in a little more comfortable position than what he was in against Real Madrid, hanging back a little bit deeper in the defensive center midfield spot.
His Belgian buddy Morellis not there tonight. Possibly see him off the bench. Has a goal in the competition already.
Just underway here at Sun Life Stadium in the fifth place match in the Guinness International Champions Cup.
A bit of a slow start. I mean, both teams just kind of feeling it out, trying to figure out the surface, the conditions. It has the temperature has come down substantially, so they're very lucky to have this second game.
Here is Fellaini, switching it back through the middle. Jagielka.
We watched Everton just kind of slump back into a very defensive posture against Real Madrid, but you know most teams do. And spread out a little bit, trying to find the spacing. I think Brian McBride's comments that he should be as a player that's been third choice for a while. And is making a massive impression. I think that's a wonderful opportunity for him. Because, you know, when you change managers, you know, you become old reliable. You know that what you've got. You know that what he can bring to the table. But this is a whole new thought process and a whole new set of eyeballs. So, whoa, that's late.
Oviedo, the Costa Rican international, upended after a nice through ball from Ross Barkley, the teenager. And this will set the Toffees up with a good spot for a free kick, Eric.
It is, and especially with Fellaini already, you just got there first. Take that. Swing and a hit. That's not a miss. Well, he's really late. He's just doing well to make sure that he didn't take the full force of it. Let's see what they do. Fellaini, as you can see, he's just kind of almost acting as a decoy. Gibson will take it in, swinger.
Gibson came on as a substitute in the second half against Real Madrid, along with a whole host of other names.
Yeah, everybody drawn to Fellaini. Watch this in.
Bent in toward the near post. Fellaini was in line with it, but never had enough height on it. Naismith trying to keep it alive in the final third. And maybe a chance on the breakout now. Into some space for Saulo Ruiz, the teenage Spaniard, but out of his reach and out for a throw. Ruiz with an opportunity coming through the Valencia youth system, and now he's also played for Spain's U17s and U21s, but an opportunity to try and make the big club.
It's good to see. It's good to see, especially in this competition, some young talent coming through the respective clubs' youth systems, making an impression.
This is Victor Ruiz. Swings it across for the Frenchman Matou. Guaita will outlet it here for Ali Sissoko. Nice little sequence of passes stringing together now for Valencia. And just as I say that, almost out. But the ball run down.
Vieira was very good, the 17 the other day. A couple of goals. Banega really, the Argentine international, really ran the show for the most part for Valencia in that game. But it was still, you could see the flashes and the confidence in this young kid. Exciting to see. I mean, you know, you can handle this one of two ways. I think one of the neat things we saw the other day from the LA Galaxy was Villarreal and his approach to the game. He said, you got to bring confidence. You don't bring confidence, they're going to make you look stupid out there. Ended up scoring a great goal.
Valencia, nice little string of possession here, back from Matou. A little clip in the ankle there from Fellaini. And Salva Ruiz, and that will give Valencia a free kick just inside the Everton half.
That's a welcome to the game tap from the big man.
Putting it quickly back in play. Everton moving forward now. Vieira looking for an opening, weaving through some traffic. Vieira, chance to lay it off. First time back in, and a complete whiff from Ibanez.
Wow, that's some great soccer there. Again, that's a player we just mentioned. Just oozing with confidence right now and getting those opportunities and not backing out of it. The faster you go, the more that those decisions defenders have to make to get them on their heels. Can't foul you if they can't catch you.
Back the other way comes Naismith, square ball for HB, and he cannot put it to
strike two.
We've seen it at both ends.
One more.
Jonas. Now with Roberto Soldado gone to the Premier League, Jonas becomes the only player from last season in La Liga that scored in double-digit goals. That's going to be one of the big question marks heading into the La Liga campaign for Valencia.
13 goals, though. It's nothing to, you know. Let's take a peek at that. I mean, 13 goals is a lot. But when you have a player like Soldado in your team,
who's had 24 in La Liga,
the reality is that he's going to get the attention, and he's the go-to guy. The question now, as the elder statesman, can Jonas step up to the plate? Now, I think watching him so far, you know, I haven't been all the way sold on him yet. I think he does show flashes. I think the young kids look great at times. But when the real deal happens in a couple of weeks' time, you'll find out. If they go 3-4 games without a goal, somebody's going to have to hit the pocketbook.
Sissoko first to arrive there. And he'll lay it back for Guaita to continue that conversation. There was even a small article that I read that the possibility of Valencia might look to see if they could bring Fernando Torres in to help fill that gap with Saldano leaving for Tottenham Hotspur.
And that's a great point, Mark, because there's a lot of question marks there as well. I mean, even when you're dealing with a Chelsea side, a Jose Mourinho team, he has a certain way of playing, and that forward position, there are a couple of musts that you must be for him. And one of the things is you got to be consistently score, and he has not been able to do that. He got subbed in the other day, subbed out before the end for Lukaku, so the jury's still out for sure.
Long searching run from Matu, able to pick out Salva Ruiz. Little dump off there. Parejo keeps the movement swinging to that far side.
A risky tackle, but it worked out.
Naismith doing enough to get back and get goal side to win the ball and then push down from behind.
He's brave. I mean, he knows he's not quick enough to get out of this one. The tackle comes in hard. He's not going to outrun anybody, so he might as well just go down. Oh, he's upset about the knee to the head. Come on, you're Scottish. You can handle that.
26-year-old Scotsman, to be precise. And actually, regardless of what he does this season under Roberto Martinez, I think Toffees fans will have a huge spot in their heart for Naismith in the sense that he scored the last goal in the Premier League under the David Moyes era. Vieira. Valencia off to the better start between the two clubs so here in the fifth place match. As that one is knocked out for a goal kick for Robles.
Turned out to be a great battle over there.
It's 2 winning tackles for Naismith so far in the last minute and a half.
He's not the best of defenders. He's trying to get it over early. He's on the end of this now.
And now he finds himself in a bit of space. Ibanez sliding over to slow the flow for Everton. Right-footed effort deflects and it goes just wide. To give up a goal kick now here for Valencia. Let's go downstairs to the third member of our crew. Good evening, Keith Costigan. How are you?
I'm very good, Mark. Thank you. Well, in the opening game against Juventus, Darren Gibson seemed to struggle to come to grips with some of his manager's tactics. Had a two-talk constantly throughout that game, and Gibson looked really frustrated when he did eventually come off the field. I think tonight Gibson may be one of several players trying to prove to Martinez they do fit into his tactical game plan for this upcoming season, guys.
We both kind of noticed that. The looks over to the sidelines, the roll of the eyes. And that's just, that part of that is you're asking, maybe, to Keith's point, a player who isn't going to fit naturally into this system to do something maybe he can't do.
All the way across, Sissoko there, glancing header, pushes it away. Delafeu with the opportunity as he matches up against Ali Sissoko.
It's a great matchup, those two.
Well, I posed the question at Dodger Stadium to Warren Barton. When you look at this Everton side, do they have the ingredients to change their formation and play the way that Roberto Martinez wants them to?
And the answer, in my opinion, is no. When you look at some of the way that Everton has played, and the results they have gotten, and the way that they have gotten those results, is an entirely different way. It's different, not just system, but a philosophy of playing out of trouble as opposed to just grinding it out. And how many times have you seen Fellaini just get it wide, get in, get on the end of something, Pinar cleans it up, somebody cleans it up, and it's not always beautiful. But the demand is to have a little bit more of a flair to the game, and some of these guys just don't have it.
Speaking of flair, Vieira had a nice attacking run earlier on here in the first half as he swings that one all the way through. Naismith tracking back from the midfield to knock it out for the first corner of the night.
And he's going to put a couple of miles on the legs tonight, especially with that youngster running at you.
Valencia stacking some numbers up at the top of the 18 as we get through just about the first quarter of an hour here tonight in this fifth-place match.
Very different approach, Robles, from Tim Howard. If anybody knows Tim Howard, he'd be barking out instructions, pointing, making sure everything is set. Everybody has their marks. Robles is elected to stay pretty quiet.
Parejo, right to the heart of the 6-yard box, headed away by Naismith, who seems to be everywhere on the field so far tonight. And a breakout here from Everton. Barkley leading the way to lay it off. And Oviedo arrived early, but the ball never came until late. Barkley back out top. Fellaini!
That's going to leave a mark. He absolutely pelted that. Kind of just watching Barkley run out of ideas there. He just wanted so desperately to have somebody make a run that he could give it up.
Well, they had options on both sides. Fellaini, the Belgium international, picks it up at the center circle. Looks like he'll be the one pulling the strings tonight from the midfield for Everton.
And he was brought to Everton as a defensive midfielder. Moyes was impressed with his ability to kind of tackle hard and win it and give it to other people. But as he kind of grew into the club and became who he is now, that trust was there that, hey, there's a little bit more to this guy. He can play. He's not going to just be stick it into the forward's feet and hope something good happens. He is a player. He's a part of an unbelievable Belgian side that I think could very well be turning heads for a couple of years with the talent that they have.
You mentioned Kevin Morales, his Belgian international teammate. Each of them, in fact, had a goal in the 4-2 win against the U.S. men's national team earlier this year. Maybe that was the last time that Jurgen Klinsmann's squad has tasted defeat.
Yeah, that's going to happen to a few other teams playing against this Belgian side right now. It's just riddled with talent. I mean, through and throughout the team.
Going back to Fellaini, not just the player that robs the ball in the middle part of the field and then gives it to someone else. He can truly display that he can go box to box.
Yeah, that is the mark of a player. As I'll let you talk through this one. This might be another break for them.
That too with the errant pass out of the back. Delafeu trying to push it quickly toward the end line, but nothing doing there for Everton.
Delafeu seems to be lacking a little bit of confidence. Just that spark.
Dummy there from Naismith. That's Oviedo coming from behind. Service in Barkley. And Victor and each will be both there.
I'm really impressed with Vieira. I think Jonathan Vieira is great touch on the ball, great confidence. It just seems he's doing things quicker than everybody else on the field.
This is Jonas on the ball.
The idea was
waiting for the seam to open, but the ball never quite made its way all the way through. Seems like the Toffees are favoring that left-hand side here in the early going. 18 minutes and change into the first half here in Miami. Remember tomorrow, third-place game, and the inaugural final of the Guinness International Champions Cup between Real Madrid and Chelsea. So many storylines going into that one. But all eyes focus here on Everton and Valencia. Barkley. Delafeu. Nice little inside attacking run coming from long distance. So John Stones, the 19-year-old. He was also a substitute this past weekend in the second half against Real Madrid. Our challenge goes unwhistled.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a break here. A tough couple of weeks. Body gets tired. Got to be wary of tackles like this because coming in late's never a good idea. Just kind of caught him in the midsection. You have to catch your breath.
You can see Stones immediately put the hand to the rib area following the challenge. some of the Everton players a moment to come over and hydrate in this humid weather here in Florida. Went to penalty kicks in the first of our two earlier here tonight at Sun Life Stadium. 1-1 was, you see some of the numbers there on John Stones. 1-1 was how it finished after 90 minutes. With Inter Milan then coming away with their win in penalty kicks. It was 9-8 or 10-9.
The goalkeeper finished it off for us.
Carrizo.
Man, he must have come within an inch about 5 times of ending it. And it's rather fitting that he would be the one to strike the final blow.
Back to the live action here.
Another chance to run.
Barkley pushing it. Foot race to get to it. Matul is first.
Matul's fast. He's faster than you think. That long stride.
Matul again, a 29-year-old outside back, sending that one away. Nice job from Vieira to keep it in, and then knocked down for a Valencia throw.
Vieira's just got some in his walk now. He's just oozing confidence. And the goals will do that, but I like the way that he's conducted himself thus far.
Over the head of Jonas. And Jagielka wisely sends it all the way back here for Robles. Pete Costigan had a report on Saturday talking about Joel Robles and the fact that Tim Howard, the U.S. #1 and clearly the #1 for Everton, though, embraced the idea of a bit of goalkeeping competition for Everton. Had a feeling that we would see Robles here tonight, so that although Roberto Martinez knows what he's getting from the young Spaniard goalkeeper, but an opportunity to mix him in with the rest of the Toffees.
And I did like what Tim Howard had to say. He's not going to back away from the challenge, and it'll keep him sharp for sure.
Diagonal ball. Here comes Robles, a little bit late to arrive, as Ibanez made the streaking run up the right side to earn Valencia another corner.
That was a little bit tricky. Both of them fooled on the play. The ball just kind of skipped away from him. Robles does a pretty good job of readjusting his feet. It's Vieira again. Not going to easily, but a goal. It's just coming out as fast as you possibly can. Once you get halfway there, you cannot stop.
Second corner on the night for Valencia. This one a little deeper toward the penalty spot. Who else? Marouane Fellaini to send it away. And Barragan trying to keep it alive for Valencia.
That's a good run.
Antonio Barragan into the space. But only one runner inside the area there for Valencia.
Yeah, that was Jonas, and it was a good run. I got to tell you, he just overhit the cross.
Sissoko trying to swing one in, and another corner upcoming.
It's so frustrating as a forward when you've felt that you've wrong-footed your defender, maybe got on off his shoulder. He's looking for you, and you make that dart to that near post. It sails over your head.
Actually attracted 2 or 3 defenders for Everton on that run. As we're just past the midway point of the opening half. First corner from this near side. Off his line comes Robles to punch it clear. Ensuing chance. Will go just wide. It was Ibanez with the left foot trying to pick out the upper corner.
Yeah, you made your bed, now sleep in it. You're going to come out and knock it out. It's not going to go too far. You better be ready to get your butt back in there. Smart. Just, why not? Take a quick strike while he's off his line. Make him readjust his feet. Athletic enough. He probably would have had it, but I'll remind you the next time you come out and punch the ball, punch it.
Punch it and be decisive about where you're going to punch it.
Wide is better.
Oviedo shifts it into another gear to win that ball. Play it back for his goalkeeper, Joel Robles. Here's Jagielka. A bit of pressure from Jonathan Vieira. Not the best ball back. Matou first to win it at midfield.
See, that's the one that's going to be frowned upon by his new manager.
You're talking about Gibson, the football he played right there. Sissoko able to keep it in. Vieira cutting back onto his right the edge of the area.
I don't think that's really an advantage there. Now, there you go. Good job, ref. I mean, what he's doing there is obviously continuing the play, or allowing it to continue once the foul happens. But right from that spot right there, everybody kind of stops for a second. The referee tries to continue it on, but this will be an interesting strike. I think he showed us this the other day a couple times, the ability to hit it. You better get somebody else in that wall. Three's not going to be enough. Let's take a look at what he's got.
Nice dipping ball right into the edge of the 6 is usually what you would see here. It's Vieira lining it up, and
way too much.
Gave it a go, looking for that far side upper corner. Wasted chance there for Valencia just from the edge of the 18.
The other part of that is we see it all the time. We saw it in the previous game with Pirlo. First one over the bar, next one should have been a goal. You get that bad one out of your system. As long as the rest of the guys let the young guy take it again, which usually isn't the case. And, hey, kid, you screwed up. You're out.
Your chance.
Yeah, it's over.
Your chance.
And, Jonas might be that guy that will just, steal it back from him. But the second one, usually, you're able to get control that adrenaline a little bit, strike it the way you want it to.
Vieira enjoying some time with the ball at his feet here. He's been crafty so far in the first half for Valencia. Back on the ball here.
Lucky. What happens there, especially for the Everton defense, is they want to get it. They want to get after the ball, but they're realizing that these guys are talented. And that there's two things that go through your mind. Okay, I want to get this guy, and okay, I don't want to look stupid either. And I think both of, on the most part, Jonathan Vieira has proven that if you try to take a stab at it, he might make you look silly in a hurry.
Vieira entering the second year at Valencia. Last year, 2 goals in 17 La Liga appearances. Saw the shot of Miroslav Djukic just a couple of moments ago there on the touchline in front of the Valencia bench. Eric, he's now the 3rd manager in about the last year for Valencia. As he steps in to fill in for Ernesto Valverde, who was dismissed. You wonder how much, in terms of stability, Valencia fans are thinking about coming into this season.
It's very similar to what we're seeing happen with Inter Milan. The change of philosophy of some of the players is trying to figure it out in a hurry. Your brain's going to explode. There's just too many ideas. And you can only go to the drawing board so many times.
Fellaini, square ball into the feet of Barkley. Waits for Deulofeu. Just at the edge of the 18. Good ball across the front of the Valencia goal. Still chance for a second opportunity. Sissoko settles that one with the chest. Back for his goalkeeper, Guaita. Vicente Guaita wearing the captain's band tonight for Valencia.
Take a look at it. Just smart play to actually just slam it through the box. Try and get it in front of the net. Make the goalkeeper make a decision. Gibson tries to get a strike on it. Looked like it was going wide anyway.
Yes.
But you'll hear them at times. Next one, next pass. And that's instead of hitting the panic button, if you will, and trying to find that decisive killer ball, they allow that back line to kind of try and find their compactness, try and get everybody behind the ball. And the reality is that if you keep moving it quick enough, you'll eventually get around them.
Eric, we're almost 30 minutes into this one here in the first half in the 5th place match. I think you could say Valencia have had the better in terms of possession, but would you say they've been the better team here in the first half? We'll get to your answer in just a moment as this one's cleared away from the back.
If we put the whistle in his mouth, it changed his mind.
Hint of a handball maybe inside the area.
Like it from here.
How would you respond? Who's been the better team through 30 minutes almost?
Well, I like the way Valencia has proven that they can move the ball. And when they get in tight spots like right now, they're still looking for the best option, and they're able to spread it out, make Everton chase, and make great soccer decisions with a little bit of talent.
Jonas cutting it back onto his left foot, has Sissoko available. Maybe one too many in the length of Fellaini, able to knock it away for the moment. The left-footed effort from Ali Sissoko.
He hurt himself. He kind of caught toe. That never feels good. You know, as we were saying, they move the ball well. It just kind of squirts out to him there. That's not what he was trying to do.
Keep an eye on the left back for Valencia as he trots back into Roche's own half.
And he's still kind of gingerly trying to walk that off.
And he's right there in front of Miroslav Djukic and the Valencia bench. Still not moving at 100% as Everton come back the other way. Barkley, left foot right into the heart of the area, but right into a couple of Valencia players. Delafeu trying to combine. Wasn't on that time for Everton.
I'll tell you, that's some pretty good play there from Naismith, though. He's the one that gets him out of it. He runs with the play. Is the decoy run, if you will, to just clear that space. And now he's back defending again. This is definitely a guy who's trying to make a point.
Two will bring it across the midfield stripe. Vieira checking back deep.
The other thing I love about Valencia is every single player is so comfortable on the ball. Every single one of them so technically sound, smartly understanding their position. It's fun to watch.
Mayu looking for an opening. Finds it as he slips it in for Parejo. Nice little cut inside from Salva Ruiz. Jonas onto the left foot, deflected into the gloves of Robles.
Yeah, there's that quick step. Jonas is on the end of it. Yeah, that's a mark of a great player, though. I mean, those little tight spaces. Can you make something out of nothing? Can you create? Can you shoot? The angles aren't all there. You have two guys in your face, and you still figure out a way. I mean, it's just a quick little decision here. There's two people in there. Probably wouldn't have been the best of shots, but still, it's a positive outcome. Because the next time you get in that spot, you fake. And they turn completely around and dribble right past it.
Easier said than done, my friend. Oviedo, surging run and a great ball for Naismith. Fingertip save there from Guaita.
Another great run, surging run from Naismith. He's still on the jog back. He rejoins the play. HB's been quiet. He's the one player that Martinez seemed to spend the most time with in that little break. Let's take a look at that shot on goal and watch the run. I mean, he sees the space. The delivery has to be perfect, but still good first touch. Gets it off his feet quickly. He waits a millisecond more, and he'll never get that shot off.
You can almost see a little bit in the body language of Victor Anichebe, the fact that I think he was hoping that ball was going to take one more touch from Naismith square into his feet. But I guess every striker would probably say that. Right?
Well, of course, but, you know, he's just run 60 yards, you know, on a dead sprint, and he's finally, there's a lot of things going through his mind at that point. One of them is, can I just get a foot on the ball? Asking him to have an additional thought might be a little bit too much.
34th minute of play, scoreless between Valencia and Everton. Out of the reach of Jonathan Vieira. Barkley surges again, plays into space for Naismith, has the inside track. What can he do with it? First touch was tough to handle, but he did well. Brian Oviedo will join in the attack.
Just caught him at the wrong part of the game. You see he's kind of walking, and he'll go back with that. And he's offside. Now, it's sad because, I mean, that's a tired man right there. He's trying to shake it off. He's like, if I just would have got that ball at a different time, I would have been able to run him. But just a little leggy there.
Well, we don't officially have a pedometer on Naismith as Roberto Martinez looks on, but I'm going to venture out and say he's probably covered the most ground, at least of the Everton players so far here in the first half.
Martinez probably pleased with what he's seen thus far. I mean, this is a tricky team. This is a very talented squad in Valencia that can pick you apart. They've stayed committed. They've stayed compact. They haven't really been broken down to anything that you would call dangerous. Half chances, if you will. So, I mean, you look at the organization that they're in right now. This is a very familiar setup. You look at the shirts, how they line up. That's a classic 4-4-2 with pressure on the ball.
Got 2. Bending it out to the far side. 3 numbers, now 4 inside the area. Headed by Ibanez. And it'll go just wide of the far post.
Just kind of floats it in distant. Couldn't really get a jump. Some of these players feeling the effects of a 2-week competition with training in between. This is their preseason.
Remember, it was Valencia and AC Milan that opened the competition about a week and a half ago. The lone game that was not played here on American soil back at the Mestalla. Valencia, who had a pretty good home record in La Liga last year, came away losers in that one against AC Milan. Playing the third-place game tomorrow against the LA Galaxy. Second all-time meeting between those two clubs after they tied 2-2 in the David Beckham era a few years back. Ruiz trying to track down a loose ball.
Which means one thing, Paulo Maldini will be here. He does have an apartment in the area. We got to have dinner with him a couple months back. Just a fantastic guy, bro.
Rossoneri legend.
It's not very often that he's usually the go-to and somebody says best left back that's ever played the game. You got Roberto Carlos, and then you have Maldini, and it's always a fight. And most people will tell you Maldini was the best.
So then who's the best right back?
That's still debatable. There's a ton of right backs. You could go Brazilian, though.
Michael?
I'll go Cafu.
Dani Alves?
Dani Alves, his career's not over yet, so let's let him continue to get assists. He'll really enjoy Neymar's arrival.
And each of be using his size. Late run from Naismith inside the area, but into the gloves of Guaita instead. Vieira back the other way. Quick transition here from Valencia. Sissoko appears to be moving just fine as he pushes it down this near side. Ruiz for Vieira. To combine with Jonas.
Again, great feet, great soccer decisions. Never forcing the issue. And waiting for things to open up. Yeah, okay, that last pass a little bit on the...
As that one goes out and we set up for a goal kick. Let's go ahead and check in one more time downstairs with Keith Costi. Keith, do you have anything on Ali Sissoko and what's been going on down there?
Well, yeah, obviously Roberto Soldado's already left Valencia, and reports from Spain suggest Ali Sissoko will be the next player moving on, with Everton's Merseyside rivals Liverpool touted as his next destination.
Yeah, there's been a couple of reports, just to follow up Keith's point, that Sissoko could be on his way to Anfield. 25-year-old Frenchman has 1 cap with the France national team. You see his numbers from last season in La Liga. A player that his career really took off several years back when he was at Porto under Giswaldo Ferreira. First corner of the night for Everton.
Might be a shout there. Everybody's too tired to put their hand up. Great delivery.
Well, imagine, Eric, what a contrast from what Everton experienced just a few days ago in Southern California at Dodger Stadium. And at kickoff, our temperature was 75 degrees with virtually no humidity. Second corner in the last few moments. Initially headed away by Valencia. Salva Ruiz tries to continue to clear it defensively for the Spanish side. Naismith.
He's really had a very lively half. He's been involved in just about everything that Everton's been able to conjure up. That's a bit better.
Out wide.
He's crossed himself up there.
Sissoko able to use his size to turn away from the pressure Gerard Delafeu. Parejo. Romeu. They'll swing it all the way across.
You can see the organization now clicking in. This is old school for them. This is the way they know how to play. Getting numbers behind the ball. Trying to recruit some help.
Vieira has shifted over to that right side for the moment, trying to find a bit more space. Now he's back central. Everton really just getting numbers behind the ball, allowing Valencia to have possession 35, 40 yards out from their goal.
It's going to take it. Yeah,
a little burst of speed. And that one up and over the crossbar. You mentioned how good Naismith has been in this first half. I mean, he has been, look at some of the action. He has been all over the pitch here tonight.
I think it's his directness, his ability to just get after it. I mean, you know, in a game like this, sometimes it'll slow down, but you know, set the tone early. Get in your first tackle. Let him know you're there. You know, he found himself in good spots, and then he still has the energy to get forward and try and make something happen. Great save by the goalkeeper. Gets it off his feet quickly, but doing it on both ends of the pitch tonight.
Yeah, that last run was probably the most dangerous of the opportunities that Naismith has created. But we're still scoreless here at Sun Life Stadium. Sissoko corrals that one, and now Parejo. Chance to lift his chin, no immediate pressure. The teenager Ruiz.
That's a good battle there.
John Stones with a hard challenge to win the first ball. Delafeu kicking it into fifth gear, trying to get around Matu.
That's just, look, you know what that is? That's an experienced player going up against a young kid that thought he had him. He thought he had a step on him. But the reality is, if you're going to be faster than him, you got to get around him. You cannot run with him in a situation like that. It's a weird deal. It's just a little touch. As a winger, you got to get that guy, get some kind of separation, or he'll just run with you, and it's just too hard to run next to a wall.
Well, initially, it didn't look like the 19-year-old for Everton did get to turn the corner, but all of a sudden, the two quick steps and take a little longer stride, and he catches right up to the youngster.
He's still feeling the effects of that. Both hands on the hips. Trying to catch his breath.
Recovery.
He'll take his time, too. This will be a... Really? Do I have to give it up?
If you're Valencia, go right back at him, right? Down this left side.
Yeah, I guess some tired bodies already. I mean, it's...
Yeah, both teams hearing it from the fans here.
Yeah, not everybody up to 90-minute fitness or even 45 fitness.
All the way across. Oof. Initially headed away. No follow-up chance for Salvo Ruiz immediately. And HB, good turn just inside his own half, and then he explodes with speed. Naismith can take it into space, and Achieve with a heavy touch, and the chance all for naught.
Well, that might help, but Ichibi is got himself in a spot where his defender was just dead tired. He's turned him, and that's one of those things, you know it. You know when you got a guy right marking you who's done, and you've got a little bit of energy, you can run him.
And Ichibi trying to bring it down just outside the 6. Eric, he created 9-10 yards of space with his burst of speed, but then does nothing with it once he enters the 18.
Well, that's that last touch is Mateo's just a smart defender. I'm going to watch what you do right now, and then having the commitment and be able to, in a millisecond, to react to a bad touch. That doesn't look like a bad touch yet. He just is almost as if, okay, I'm committed to coming in and making this tackle. And it's a pretty lonely feeling when you've gone on a 40-yard run and you think you got your guy and you miscalculated.
We're into the final minute of regulation here in the first half in Miami, and scoreless between Valencia and Everton. Fellaini delays his run to stay onside. And Ichibi, the only player inside the 18, and he reconnects with his right foot, but wide of the post.
You can see these are just two players that know each other really well. Right about this point right now, I'm just going to slam it right at his feet, hope he can redirect it. Let's Big contact. Could have very well been a goal. That's one of those half chances that if you a little bit of luck finds its way into the equation and can't keep making those runs. He still has not caught his breath.
Our referee Alan Chapman takes one glance at his watch, and there's the whistle to bring the first half of the 5th place game to a close, and Eric will head dead even 0-0 to the locker room here.
Looks like to me there will be changes. We got some tired bodies out there. It's a matter of who's got the best weapons. In my opinion,